I'm painting some flower pots, and I already painted one, but I figured I would show what I'm doing. So they were both this like kind of icky, worn out lime green, and then this is the like metallic black, and it's running because it's very humid out here, and I kind of was just trying to hurry up and throw some paint on it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not going to waste paint putting it on the inside because I'm going to fill it with dirt anyways. So this is the old rug, so I'm about to do this one, and then I'll show the after. So some of my footage kind of got lost here, so I just wanted to include what I had, but these were just some random things I needed to do. This random little shelf right here I used to have in my kitchen, and it's been out in Michael's storage shed for a while, but I asked him to bring it back in because I remembered that we have a area that I could put it to store our canned drinks and like Diet Coke and stuff on. But the place that I was thinking it could go didn't work out, but I did find another place, and it just was kind of rusted, and I didn't like the bright silver, so I used the remainder of this paint just to give it a little lift, and it turned out pretty good. And the way that our porch and yard and everything is set up, it's kind of hard for me to film out here without a tripod, and I wasn't really wanting to set up the tripod or anything, so this was the end result, and I used the Rust-Oleum Metallic Oil Rub Bronze color paint, and this was under $5 a can. Clearly it sticks really well because I got it all over my fingernails and everything, and y'all, I still have some staining on my thumb from this. I think it's now 6 days later. Here's the mat I spray painted. This is like a choir, or however you say it, like coconut hair doormat, and it had sunflowers. You can kind of see the dots poking through, but I'm just gonna like write something on it and let it dry. And here's a better close-up of the little Japanese boxwood. I'm going to put it somewhere out in the yard. And then there's a close-up of the spruce. Yeah, I think I want to put it in the yard, but I think what I need to do is take a smaller plant or planter and put it in it first. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll come back out here and plant that again, and then bring the shelf inside. I may have to wait till tomorrow to bring the shelf inside. So it is like humid out there, and I am covered, mainly this hand, covered in the paint. I hope it comes off with soap and water. I didn't mean to get it on my hand, but I ended up having a little bit of leftover paint, so I did spray just the rim on the inside of the flower pot planters. So they don't look perfect, but it's gonna be covered up with dirt anyways. So now I'm trying to decide on the doormat what I want to put on there. At first I was gonna put like Happy Spring or just Spring or something, but I feel like I have a lot of words. I have He Is Risen on the door, and then I have the welcome that's by the door. So I don't know, I may still put like spring on there, and then like some flowers or something. I don't know. I need to hurry up and do it. Willow is awake, and it's going to take me like maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Oh shoot, I'm hung. And then get her up and let her get lunch. Okay guys, so I'm laughing looking back at this, but I still wanted to include it because it's real life. But I totally messed up on this rug. I underestimated how much paint that this would need, since it is like that coarse hair, and I should have used a smaller brush and brought the font further to the left. This turned out terrible. I started off going to do like little flowers, and then I was like, okay, I'll just do little polka dots. And then I realized how much paint that it took to do it, and I didn't want to use a ton of paint, so then I was like, I'll just do like a spring colored splatter or something. Yeah, I'm still going to show y'all how it turned out, but it's literally headed to the trash now because it looks so stupid. So I will be buying an actual doormat instead of trying to DIY one. I was trying to save 20 bucks, but yeah, I think we're going to call it quits at this point. I was just so over it. I was like, I'm just going to fling some paint. Just gonna fling some paint and see if I can make it look any better, and the conclusion was no, I could not. Okay, I'm laughing at myself because first thing, I didn't mean for spring to be so cramped. And I dripped some paint on the porch. I'm gonna wait for it to die and just chip it off. It'll be a lot easier. But I hate this. I just got paint on my phone. I think it looks terrible. I was gonna do like flowers, or then I thought polka dots, but the way that like choir, I think is how you say it, it's like the coconut hair rugs or whatever work, they're not like absorbent. The paint just kind of sits there, so it does take a lot of paint. But I was trying to save some money instead of buying a new one because I saw that you could paint yours, but I actually think it just works out better if you do like you spray paint one color, or maybe if you used spray paint like completely and just maybe done like a zigzag or something. So I saw everyone say that you could use, sorry, my door is so loud. I saw everyone say that you could use acrylic paint to do the design, which is what I was using, but I think it just wasted my time doing that. But I'm glad I got the other things painted. The little wire shelf that I painted, I'm going to show y'all what I was wanting to do with it. And a big organization project thing in the whole house. That's the rack going to go in there. But I store Willow's juice here, but we have canned drinks that are just kind of sitting under our dining table. And that little shelf was one I used to have that my husband had in his shed. So I think it'll fit here perfectly, and I spray painted it because it was like rusty and metal. But I'm going to put it here and put our canned drinks on it, and then have that kind of out of the way. But for now, I have got to wash my hands and now get the paint off of my phone because Willow is away. Okay, I can't remember what this one's called, but I repotted it in this bigger thing and then condensed down to where this is the only thing that's left over here. This needs a bigger pot, but I'm just gradually buying stuff. And then I think we're getting close to me having to maybe uproot the parsley and get a different pot, or I may just pull up where the mint was because the mint didn't work. So I might just do that and then put more soil and let the parsley just continue to grow. So this is what the kitchen plants are like. And then this pot right here that I got my ivy in the living room in, I put another one of these. This is called Dusty Miller, which is hilarious. I potted just one of these. This is going to sit in our bedroom, but I need to get like a little tray for it to sit on just in case it leaks out of the little stopper in the bottom. This is the other one that I've had this. This isn't new, but this is how much it has grown. And originally I bought this for the bedroom, liked it so much that I bought two of them because this one ended up going in here so that it could go by the sunlight. So at some point I'm going to take some cuttings off of this as well. And then this is the little side porch to my porch, or side steps for plants. That's a dead plant we're pretending is going to live again. That's the lavender I'm trying to get to sprout. Rosemary, the spruce, the peppermint. Just going to turn this around. So the only thing I need to do is hide that can and then move the cord out of the way a little bit. And I still have several projects and things that I want to do all over our yard and porch, but just don't want to waste the money. One thing I want to do is repaint this little shelf, make it look better, and then kind of figure out what I want to do with this lantern. And then I need to plant the bush later on when I get time, and need to throw this away. I forgot I need to stick the outdoor pillow on the chair out there. So the only thing is Michael needs to hang that back up over our steps. And that's all I can do for now. So, I'm done out there for the night. I need to get that boxwood planted. Hey guys, it's the day before Easter. It's kind of hard to tell. The light's going wild. It is so rainy outside. So like a week ago, it was showing that we were gonna have like really warm springish type weather, and it is, I love rainy weather, but like you think Easter and you think like sunshine and all that. So it's raining for the day, and actually tomorrow's supposed to be worse. It's supposed to be pouring all day long. So Gonna be wearing, or gonna be carrying an umbrella from the car to church in the morning because we gotta take an Easter picture afterwards, and I don't want my hair looking horrible. But anyways, random thoughts. One quick thing, it's kind of hard to tell. I'm very light skinned, but I used the Jergens Sol or Sol, I don't know how to say it, but like the drops that I got in my Target shop with me. I don't know how long ago that would have been. Anyways, I used them. You mix them with your lotion, and it's kind of hard to tell. This is only my second application, but I do have a slight glow, so I'm going to use them again. I gotta quit moving my head. What do you need? I'm going to use them again like this evening, and then maybe again tomorrow. I just wanted like a light glow, but I like them really well. It's just I ended up having to use a little more than I thought, which is fine, but I think it's probably the best tanning product that I've used thus far. What do you need? I would show Willow, but she is over here eating in her high chair, and we just took the PJs off and went for it this morning for breakfast. So I thought I would hop on and say hi because I don't know how the vlog will start out. I may run this into tomorrow because this is Easter related, but I think what I'm going to do is just do like a mobile home tour / like Easter with us, you know, or I'm not going to like film the whole thing, but like little clips, like what we eat, what I made, all that. But also I wanted to show, I mentioned in one of my last vlogs, I'm making like some bacon crackers, and it's super simple. I want to say it's 4 ingredients maybe. So I wanted to show making those. And then I will show, a lot of my stuff is already pre-made. I will show the final product. Didn't end up making dessert. I was going to make banana pudding. They didn't have the ingredients. I didn't want to try to run around store to store and get it. I don't need to eat all that sugar anyways, because if I don't really want it, I don't want to eat it. So I just bought like a small pre-made dessert. My mother-in-law is bringing something, so that's what we're going to have. So just thought I would open up the vlog. So after we got home, I pulled the food out of the refrigerator and started getting the stuff warmed up in the oven. These 2 dishes right here, I thought this was so cute. I got these at Hobby Lobby, and it was actually cheaper than buying like the aluminum pans at Walmart. And it came in a 3-pack, but this is the Thanksgiving style dressing. We use the same recipe. My mom's had it for, I believe, over 30 years, and I just cooked it the day before and then put it in the fridge, and then I heat it up in the oven the next day and pour a little bit of like chicken broth over it if it needs it. So I'm going to stick that in the oven, and then I also already made the sweet potato casserole, so that's going to go in the oven as well. And I had our ham going in the crock pot, so it was pretty much ready. I just needed to glaze it. I've been trying the past few years to make my holiday cooking and things a little more simplified, as far as I still do like my original recipes that do take a while, but just like I found out, the sweet potato casserole and the dressing freezes really well. So I will actually freeze it and then just pop it in the oven and bake it, and that is all. And I started putting our hams in the crock pot or the turkey cooker, depending on how big they were, and it has been such a time saver for me that I'm able to devote more time to spending with Willow and family versus cooking and cleaning. So now we're going to jump right into the recipe portion. These are the bacon crackers that I have been talking about. I got the pack of hickory smoked lower sodium bacon and just a sleeve of crackers. We get like the whole grain Walmart or Great Value brand saltines. And then I was going to use this pizza cutter, but it was too dull. I ended up using a knife and then just some black pepper and brown sugar, and that's all you're going to need. And then get a foil lined sheet to lay them on and bake them. So starting off, I just take my bacon out of the package, and first off, I want to say that this is not necessarily my recipe. I got the idea on Pinterest a few years ago, and I kind of just done my own measurements or picked my own grocery items, I guess. But yeah, as you can see here, that pizza cutter did not work out well. I really need to get a new one, so I ended up using a knife, but I'm just cutting the bacon into small little squares. It does not have to be perfect because honestly, they come out good no matter how you do them. And you're just wanting a small enough piece that's just going to sit on top of the cracker. So ideally no bigger than this, but honestly sometimes I do smaller than this, and sometimes I do end up trimming a little bit of the fat off just so that there's not that much just getting the cracker greasy. So just cut your squares. I think it takes about, I probably used half a pack of bacon for a sleeve of crackers. And once you have your bacon cut up, just line your foil lined sheet with your sleeve of crackers. You could double this recipe, but honestly we had a lot left over because this was kind of like an appetizer with the meal. So if you were going to make this for maybe like a holiday party or something, I would suggest doubling the recipe. But one sleeve filled my cookie sheet up perfectly, and I'm just going to line these up. Doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have exact measurements. It's kind of almost a dump and go recipe, so it makes it pretty easy and really good considering how simple the ingredients are. And then once your crackers are on your sheet, you're just going to drop the pieces of bacon on top of there. I started off trying to be perfect and line these up, but you really don't want them any bigger than this. You want the bacon to sort of cook onto the cracker, but there's no perfect way. There's some crackers that I use like the leftover pieces and just put it over on there. So just get a little bit of bacon on every cracker and you're good. So once you have the bacon on all the crackers, it's going to look something like this, and then you're just going to take your brown sugar, and as per usual, I don't measure, I just kind of sprinkle on top of them, and then at the end, any of them that has like clumps on it, kind of like the first one I done, I'm just going to break those clumps up and just kind of spread it all over. You're kind of wanting this to essentially candy the bacon onto the cracker, and I don't know why this is so good, y'all. It's just so simple, but I absolutely love this. I think this is like my second favorite appetizer, especially for like holiday meals. My first one would be doing like the cocktail sausages or meatballs in a crock pot with a grape jelly and barbecue sauce and all of that. But yeah, I'm getting off in left field. And then once you have your brown sugar on there, you're just going to sprinkle some black pepper. I actually prefer cracked red pepper, but I didn't want it to be too hot just in case others didn't like it. And then I have my oven on 375, and I want to say I started off with like maybe 12 minutes, but I ended up having to push it to 15 minutes. You're just going to kind of check on it and make sure that they don't like they're overly browning, because they are going to continue to cook a little bit after you take them out of the oven. And you can see at the 12-minute mark that they do not look completely cooked. You're wanting your bacon to kind of have a browned look that is essentially caramelized or candying onto the crackers. So I did end up pushing them for about 3 or 4 more minutes, and then while this was going, I put the glaze on the ham. Normally I wouldn't use the glaze, I would just like make my own or season it how I would like. And also a lot of times I'll put pineapple in with this, but I decided to go ahead and use the glaze this time because it was one that I hadn't tried and it turned out really well. So in the last 20 minutes of cooking my ham in the crock pot, I just pour the glaze over it, put the lid back on it, put it on high, and let it sit for 20 minutes and then serve. And are y'all even surprised that Michael had to come in here and investigate and see how soon he was going to be able to eat his dinner? Hello. Hey. So I checked the crackers about 3 or 4 times before they were done. You don't want them to be actually like browned and burning, but you do want them to cook brown. So while they were getting the last 2 or 3 minutes in the oven, I'm going to start chopping up some broccoli. This was my first time making like a fresh broccoli salad. I think a lot of people call this like Amish broccoli salad maybe. And I'm just chopping up the broccoli for it. And this is not my recipe. I did go off of one that was on Pinterest, but I kind of did my own measurements. So I am going to write out a recipe card just so that I have it in my recipe box for future use, because we thought this came out really, really good. So at the end, hopefully I will include a picture of that recipe card. If you want to try this, just pause it, take a screenshot. I think that's a little bit easier than me trying to type it out, because sometimes I feel like I end up procrastinating and not getting it done. So I will share that at the end for y'all if you would like this recipe. And I will also share a recipe card for the bacon crackers as well. So those were finally done in the oven. So I went ahead and pulled them out. And this is what you're looking for. You want them to still have kind of a pinkness to the bacon, but actually look browned. And there have been a few times where I have accidentally cooked them too long, but this right here is perfect. It will look like your bacon's not cooked, but I promise it is. And I was in a hurry, so I was trying to get quick clips throughout this, but I will share the recipe cards at the end, like I was saying. So I'm going to get back to the broccoli salad, and then at the end I will show y'all what the end result of our meal was. I didn't get a picture or a clip of my plate, but I did show y'all the food in the end. So I'm going to chop my broccoli up into small pieces, kind of like I showed earlier, and then I will show y'all the result. So finally everything was ready to eat, and of course my father-in-law and then my husband's grandpa always has to catch a cat nap at every family gathering or anything that we have done. So we mostly spent the day eating and then cleaning up, spending some time with family. All in all, it was a pretty good day. And yeah, this was what the food looked like. We had our sweet potato casserole. Michael wanted gravy. The rolls, my mother-in-law made the deviled eggs. This is the broccoli salad, the crackers. We had some corn. The dressing back there got a little dried out, but it was still really good. My husband's grandmother made broccoli and cheese, and we had the ham. Wait. So we ended up having cake for dessert, and most of us honestly were too full to eat any of this. My mother-in-law made this one right here, and she said she used Tootsie Rolls for the mouth and the eyes, which I thought was pretty cool. I could not even eat this cake, but I tasted it anyways. Willow did not eat any of the cake. I was surprised, but yeah, we had a good fattening day. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, and let me know what you done for Easter. Did you cook? What did you cook? Do you have a favorite recipe that you like to use for holiday meals? I'm ending this vlog now like 5 days later because I forgot to end it, but stay tuned. The very next vlog will be my my mobile home tour. I'm looking forward to sharing that. I have not done one, so please stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe.